There are a lot of great ways to warm up before you play golf. Here's some of my favorite moves I like to work on. The first one, I'm going to spread my feet apart like this, and I'm going to work on rotating my hips back and forth. This is working on the internal and external rotation of our hips, which is the same movements that are required in golf. So I usually do this a few times on each side, and then I may actually lay on my back and do the same kind of thing. This allows my hips to be in a slightly different position, but allows me to work on rotation. To warm up my core and my buttocks muscles, my gluteal muscles, which are very important in the golf swing, I can take a club and I'm going to lift one leg up and I'm going to push the club into this leg. By pushing the club in, my core is going to naturally contract. From there, once I have that contraction, I can lift my butt up in the air on the other leg, which is going to work my glute muscles or my buttocks muscles on the other leg. And I can switch side and do this on both sides. So I'm forcing my butt muscles, my glute muscles, and my core muscles to work together. Another good exercise we can work on to work on our hip flexor muscles, or the muscles in the front of my hip, to really stretch them out while also engaging my core, is I can take a club and this time I'm going to push down, so I'm pushing the club down into the ground, which is going to contract my core. From here, I can let my hip drop back, and then while keeping pressure into this club, I can come up in this position here. Drop back and come up. So what's happening is, as you come up into this position, you should feel some stretch in your thigh. I like to also tack on squeezing the buttocks muscles on this same side, so I'm getting the core muscles engaged by pushing into the club, squeezing my butt muscle, and then also getting a good stretch in my hip. So I can drop down, come up, drop down, and come up. And I can repeat this on both sides, dropping back, lifting up. Remember, keep pressure into the club, drop down, lift up, squeeze the butt on this side. You should feel some stretch in the front of your hip. Another move I like to do is to work on the rotation through the thoracic spine. So I can take, in a half kneel position, I can take this club and I can rotate, and then I can rotate all the way back through. So I can rotate all the way back on both sides. This is working on getting my back moving, but it's also allowing me to get rotation in my hips still. I can do this on both sides. And here I'm focused on not allowing my leg to move too much in and out. If I want to increase the stretch in the middle portion of my back, my thoracic spine, which is very important in the golf swing, I can take a club, place it over my shoulders just like this. I can rotate and then side bend and take 2 deep breaths. From here, I can come out of the side bend but keep rotated. Rotate, side bend, and take 2 deep breaths. And then I can repeat that on the other side. Rotate, side bend, 2 deep breaths. Rotate, side bend, 2 deep breaths. By breathing, we create rib expansion, and those ribs attach to that middle portion of our spine, so we're creating a good mobilization through that area in our back. Another move I can do is I can take a club and use this for balance. From here, I can swing my leg back and forth, and I can do this on both sides to really get those hips loosened up. I can also go side to side, and what I like to do with this is I can turn my toes inwards as I swing this way and turn them out as I swing this way to really get those hips moving. So in and out, in and out. And once again, I can use a club for balance. Muscle we may not think of warming up that much is our ankles, but our ankles are very important in the golf swing to allow us to use the ground. So I can go heel to toe, working on getting those ankles warmed up as well. Another muscle that's important in the golf swing is our wrists and hands. And we can get those warmed up by taking a club, and I can keep my arm in here and I can start working on rotating the club back and forth. I can do this a few times on each side. And if I want to make it a little bit more challenging, I can straighten my arm out and move it back and forth in this position here. This is a great way to start working on warming up the wrist, the elbow muscles, and the hand. Hey guys, once again, there's a lot of great exercises that you can use to warm up. These are just a few examples, but hopefully some of them can be beneficial to you to improve your own warm up and improve your golf game.